Welcome to CSAT Guru. In this session, we'll analyze the entire CSAT 2022 paper, just like we did for 2023 and 2024. Who haven't watched those videos, links are given in the description. Please watch later. We'll go by passage to passage, question to question. We'll try to complete the entire paper in one go and break down the logics, strategies, and shortcuts which you need to tackle CSAT effectively. Stay tuned. I will also share the key takeaways and common pitfalls to avoid. Let's get started. First passage. The main threat to maintaining progress in human development comes from the increasingly evident unsustainability of production and consumption patterns. Current production models rely heavily on fossil fuels. We now know that this is unsustainable because the resources are finite. The close link between economic growth and the greenhouse gas emissions need to be severed for human development to become truly sustainable. Some developed countries have begun to alleviate the worst effects by expanding, recycling, and investing in public transport and infrastructure. But most developing countries are hampered by the high cost and low availability of clean energy sources. Developed countries need to support developing countries' transition to sustainable human development. The passage is talking about the main threat to progress in human development. What is the main threat? The increasingly evident unsustainability of production and consumption patterns. Why? Since these patterns, that means consumption model and production models, are completely heavily rely on the fossil fuels, which are finite. So these practices are unsustainable. And what is the solution? We have to cut down the link between economic growth and green gas emissions. Green gas emissions is nothing but relying on the fossil fuels. So we have to sever the link between these two to maintain the sustainability in the human development. But yes, one clue. Developed countries already began. How do they started? They started by expanding recycling and investing in public transport and infrastructure. And a problem statement. What is the problem statement? Developing countries are hampered by the high cost and low availability of energy sources. Developed countries need to support developing countries' transition to sustainable human development. Okay. Finally, there is a suggestion. Here I want to ask you a tricky question. If the developed countries want to support, here need to support is mentioned. So if they need to support, how do they support? How do they support? As per the passage, always we have to think in the scope of the passage only. So as per the passage, since the very preceding statement is the problem statement. What's the problem for the developing countries? They are hampered by the high cost and availability of the clean energy sources. So if they want to support, they have to support in this area, lowering the cost since high cost is there and low availability. So make sure that availability of clean energy sources. Availability of clean energy sources is nothing but reducing the cost to produce the clean energy sources. Okay, I hope you got the point. So let us do the question. First question, unsustainability in production pattern is due to which of the following? As per the passage, clearly mentioned why it is unsustainable, heavily rely on the fossil fuels. So heavy dependence on the fossil fuels, correct. Limited availability of resources. It is also clearly mentioned. This is unsustainable because the resources are finite. So this is also correct. Third statement, expansion of recycling. It is called inverse logic. Actually, expansion of inverse logic is not against the sustainability. It supports the sustainability. It is clearly mentioned in the passage. Developed countries are expanding recycling in the sense they are sustainable. They're getting the point. So it is not correct. So 1 and 2 only. Option A is the right option. Second question, based on the same passage. Consider the following statements. Developed countries can support developing countries' transition to sustainable development, human development by. Already asked you this question. If they want to support, how do they support? As per the passage. Making clean energy sources available at low cost. Yes, that is the exactly problem statement. So to rectify that problem, they have to what is that? Make sure that availability of clean energy at low cost. That's a very good point. Providing loans for improving their public transport at nominal interest rates. It is not directly given in the passage, but it is inferred. How it is inferred? See, it is clearly mentioned in the passage that developed countries invested in public transport and infrastructure to combat this pattern, to come out of these unsustainable practices of depending on the fossil fuels. So if they do certain practice to combat this situation, if they want to support something else or other countries, developing countries, so they have to support in the same area. Yes, so providing loans for improving their public transport at nominal interest rate is a very reasonable statement to support. Third, encouraging them to change their production and consumption patterns. Which of the statement given is correct? Third is not supported by the passage. In fact, it's a very broad term, encouraging them. How do you encourage them? Okay, it is not about the passage is not talking about the behavioral patterns of the country. It is talking about the problem statement is high cost and low availability. So if you want to support, you have to support in that particular area. You're getting the point. So third is eliminated. So 1 and 2 only. Option B is the right option. Second passage. Pause the video, read the passage, and write down your main idea in the comments. Unless the forces and tendencies which are responsible for destroying the country's environment are checked in the near future, and afforestation of denuded areas is taken up on a massive scale, the harshness of the climatic conditions and soil erosion by wind and water will increase to such an extent that agriculture, which is the mainstay of our people, will gradually become impossible. It is like a emergency situation. The tone of the passage is warning. The desert countries of the world and our own desert areas in Rajasthan are a grim reminder of the consequences of large scale deforestation. Pockets of desert like landscapes are now appearing in other parts of the country, including Satluj Ganga plains and Deccan Plateau, where only a few decades back there used to be lush green forest with perennial streams and springs. There is only brown earth now, bare of vegetation without any water in the streams and springs except in the rainy season. Okay, it is talking about immediately we need to what is that check. We have to control the forces and tendencies which are destroying the country's environment. Okay, and if not, what happens? It is given in detail. Okay, how agriculture is going to be affected badly, and it is going to be impossible to practice itself, and soil erosion by wind and water. Okay, due to this extreme climatic conditions, and not only that, there are observations that where we where we are not supposed to see this kind of situation, means as per the passage example is given Satluj Ganga and Deccan Plateau, where earlier they were very green, lush green, okay, not expected desert like conditions. Now certain pockets of landscapes are showing the symptoms of the desertification, right? So this is the problem statement. Let us do the question. According to the passage given above, Deforestation and denudation will ultimately lead to which of the following? Depletion of soil resource. Yes, it is clearly mentioned. Soil erosion by wind and water. Soil erosion is nothing but soil is not, what is that, not suitable for the agriculture and all the activities, relative activities. So it is nothing but depletion of the soil resources. Yes, it is correct. Second, shortage of land for the common man. Misleading. Okay, it is not talking about the shortage of land for the common man. Okay, it is talking about only the soil erosion. Okay, by wind or water. Okay, see, it is a misleading statement only. Okay, means many of the students by reading this statement, yes, soil erosion is there. Soil erosion means land degraded. Land degraded means shortage of the land, and for the common man. No, it's not like that. Okay. So second statement is eliminated. Wait a moment. I want to show one more logic here. These things you need to apply in exam. Once I am very clear that 2 is eliminated. So immediately I have to see the options. 2 is here, 2 is here, 2 is here. Without reading the third statement, I am sure that C is my answer. See, these are the very simple tricks, but you need to follow in exam to save the time. Most of the times, I'll show different questions with different logics. Really, you need to apply the logic in exam. Okay, that's the way you have to save the time. Of course, third is correct only, obviously. Lack of water for cultivation. Even even by reading this statement, you are not sure. Lack of water for cultivation, you are not sure whether it's correct or wrong. But by the elimination, you will get the answer. So these tricks you need to apply in exam. Now question number 4. It is number series. What is the value of x in the sequence of 20, 10, 10, 15, 30, 75 and x? Okay, we'll discuss the topic separately as I mentioned earlier. Here I'll discuss the direct pattern. How do we get the answer? Okay, this is a number series question. With a simple observation, number is getting decreased, then after that it is increased. 99% of the questions based on this pattern, number is decreased, then after it is increased. This kind of questions are based on the multiplication of the fractions. I'll show you. What do I mean by multiplication of the fraction? See, 20 into 1 by 2 equal 10. This 10. 10 into 2 by 2 equal 10. This 10. 10 into 3 by 2 which is equal 15. 15. Do you observe the pattern? 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 3 by 2, 4 by 2, 5 by 2. Then your answer is 75 into 6 by 2 which is equal to 225. That's the answer. 225 is the answer. Question number 5. An identity card has a number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, not necessarily in that order, where each letter represents number system question. And I elaborately discussed all the models in our number system playlist. Please watch that series of videos later. The link is given in the description. Okay. And as per the exam is concerned, 2022, 2023, 2024, many number of questions, nearly 8, minimum 8, one exam 10 questions, in one exam 12 questions are only based on the number system. So one of the important area to be covered. Okay, I will discuss elaborately this number system models. Okay, so later you please watch those videos also. So the number is divisible by 9. After deleting the first digit from the right, the resulting number is divisible by 6. After deleting the two digits from the right, after deleting the last two digits, the resulting number is divisible by 5. After deleting the last three digits, the remaining number is divisible by 4. And after deleting the one more digit, the resulting number is divisible by 3. And removing the one more digit, the last two digits is divisible by 2. Which of the following is a possible value for the sum of the middle three digits? That's the question. And the question is about possibility. That means there are many answers. That's the meaning. Okay. So it is very tricky and Based on the divisibility rule concept, let us discuss 7 digits. The number is divisible by 9, obviously. Why? The numbers are 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Total sum 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, which is 36. Just total is the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. Obviously, the entire number, whichever the way you write. See, 9 divisibility doesn't depend on the order. If the total sum of the digits is divisible by 9, that means whichever the way you write 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 5, 7 means if you change the order, doesn't matter. The number is divisible by 9 itself. That's very true. So that is a redundant clue. Even it is given or not, obviously the number is divisible by 9. But when the last digit is removed, the remaining number is divisible by 6. That is a clue. Divisible by 6 means 2 and 3, right? That is the divisibility rule of 6. So here one important point you need to understand. This digit which we don't know, but after removing the last digit, the remaining number is also divisible by 3. By 6 of course, but by 3. Here the point is, this digit, the deleted digit, must be multiple of 3. Then only it is possible. Otherwise it is not possible. Okay, that means this digit must be multiple of 3. Why? I hope you got the point. If it is not, I'll give an example. If not, what happens? Okay, if not, I said it must be multiple of 3. If not, let us say it is 1. Let us say it is 1. The total sum of the digits is 36 already, you know. And if it is 1, the remaining is 35. Sum of the digits I am talking about. See, the divisibility rule of 3 and 9 based on the sum of the digits only. So this 35 is not divisible by 3. To make this number divisible by 3, that means it should be 33 or 30 or 27, 24. That means this digit must be multiple of 3, then only it is possible. So that's the reason I am saying this digit, large digit must be multiple of 3. In the given digits, there is only one digit which is multiple of 3, which is 9. So that is fixed. Now, as you know, the remaining number is divisible by 6 means this digit must be even digit. Then only it is multiple of 6. So this is 2, 4, 8. Just I am writing the possibilities. And once you remove the last two digits, the remaining number is divisible by 5 means this digit must be 5 only. Either 5 or 0, but 0 is not there in the given digits. So 5 only. 5 is fixed. Then this number is divisible by 4 is mentioned. That means this digit must be even digit. This digit must be even digit. Then only it is multiple of 4. This digit is either 2, 4, 8. Got it? Not only that, since this number is divisible by 4 means, what is the divisibility rule for 4? Last two digits must be divisible by 4. That is the divisibility rule of 4. That means these two digits, whatever the number found by these two digits, must be multiple of 4. Remember this point. I will use this later once again. And next it is mentioned, if you remove the one more digit, this remaining number is divisible by 3 is mentioned. What is the divisibility rule of 3? Sum of the digits is multiple of 3. Fine. And if you remove one more digit, that means up to here, if you remove, this number is divisible by 2. That means, can I say this digit also even digit? 2, 4, 8. Okay. That means these boxes, observe it, this box, and this box must be even digit. 2, 4, 8, whichever the order, which we don't know. Either 2 or 4 or 8. That means remaining digits are odd digits. What are the remaining odd digits? 1, 7, 5, 9. Only 9 is fixed. 5 is fixed. That means I left with 1 or 7 in this box. Are you getting my point? So why I am focusing on this box only? Of course, here also same 1 and 7, the remaining digit also. But my question is about middle 3 digits. So now I conclude, see careful, I'm writing now only the middle digits. Since my question is about only sum of the middle 3 digits. So sum of the middle 3 digits is my question. So 5 is fixed already. This box either 2 or 4 or 8, and this box is 1 or 7. These are the possibilities. Now how to check the possibility. See, already you know that this number should be divisible by 4. That's the condition is mentioned already. So if it is 8, see, let me check it very fast. If it is 8, 1, if it is 1, 18, not divisible by 4. If it is 7, 78, not divisible by 4. That means this box cannot be 8. This cannot be 8. So if it is 4, 14, no. 74, no. That means 4 also not possible. So what is left? Only 2. That means I can fix this box with 2. Now I left with this box with two possibilities, 1 or 7. Both satisfy the condition. If it is 1 is there, 12. Multiple of 4, 72. If it is 7, 72. That's also multiple of 7. That means I left with two possibilities of these three digits, 1 to 5, 7 to 5. Both are satisfied. So sum of the digits, 1 plus 2 plus 5, which is 8. 7 plus 2 plus 5, which is 14. Both are correct only. But in the given options, we have to see. In the given options, 14 is not there. 8 is there. 8 is the answer. If 14 is there, 14 is also answer. So that's the reason question is about possible. Question number 6. It is based on the directions. Simple question. Every year we are getting one or two questions. Don't miss this question. Okay, it is the easiest question. Let me read it first. Two friends X and Y start running and they run together for 50 meters in the same direction and reach a point. X turns right and runs 60 meters while Y turns left and runs 40 meters. Then X turns left and runs 50 meters and stops. While Y turns right again and runs 50 meters and then stops. How far are the two friends from each other now? Direction question. Very simple one. Two started from a point. They walked or run 50 meters in the same direction, both of them. X turn right. If this is the direction, right is this side. X turn right in 60 meters. Then after he turn once again left and run for 50 meters and he stopped here. X stopped here. Y turn left and walked for 40 meters. It is about Y. And then he turn once again right and walked for 50 meters and he stopped here. This is the Y position. So what is the distance between these two people? Simple. 60 plus 40, 100. Easy question, as I said. Easy question. Question number 7. Calendar. This is also easy question. Okay, one question every year we are getting one or two questions based on the Clarkson calendar and one question is based on the direction sense. I say these are must attempted question, easiest question. Okay, if you spend few not even hours, just one video is enough. Okay, that is 30 minutes to 40 minutes of video. If you watch my video, you can easily do these questions, all these questions, direction based question and Clarkson calendars. Okay, so here I'll discuss this calendar question. Which date of the June 2099 among the following is Sunday? So I want to find out in June 2099 which is Sunday. For that I need to know at least one day. Means whether it is June 1st or June 2nd or June 3rd or whichever the day. If I know one day, based on that I can easily find out the remaining days. So for that what I do, I'll find out June 1st. What is the day? You can choose any day. I'm choosing June 1st. So for that I have to count all the odd days, completed odd days. That means up to the date I have to count. So 2098 years completed. 2098 means 2000 plus 98. 2000 is 0. Okay, that you will see in the video or calendar video. 98, and you have to add the leap years. How many leap years? 24 by 4. 98 by 4. The quotient is 24. And completed months, odd days. January completed 3. Then February, it is a non-leap year, 0, plus March 3, April 2, May 3, and the date first. That also we need to add. So 98, no odd days. Odd days means divided by 7. 98 is divisible by 7. So simply what is that? Strike it out. 24 plus 3, 27. 27 plus 3, 30. 30 means I say it is 2 only. 28 is anyway the multiple of 7. So 2. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 3, 7. That means 7 is the multiple of 7. So what is I left? 1. So my answer is 1 in the order. So Monday represents 1. Tuesday represents 2. Wednesday represents 3. Likewise. So June 1st, 2099 is Monday. June 1st is Monday. So obviously, what could be the Sunday? Sunday is 7th. So answer is 7th. 7th is the answer. Question number 8. A bill for 1840 rupees is paid in the denominations of 50 rupees, 20 rupees, 10 rupees, and 50 notes in all are used. Means the total number of notes are 50. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. 25 notes of 50 are used and the remaining are in the denomination of 20 and 10. That is the first statement. Second statement. 35 notes of 20 are used and the remaining are 50 and 10. And 20 notes of 10 are used and the remaining are 50 and 10. So which are not correct is our question. Let me find out which are not correct. First of all, the total amount is 1840 rupees. Okay, 1840. Let me see the first condition. With the first condition, 25 notes are 50 rupees notes, which is equal to, okay, 1250 rupees. And already you know that total notes are 50. That means 25 notes are 50 means remaining notes, which are 25 notes. These 25 notes either 20 notes, that means 20 rupees notes, or 10 rupees notes. See, here always you have to see the counter example to make it wrong. So what I do, let me assume all are 20 rupees notes only. There are certain notes are 20, certain are 10. But my assumption, if all are 20, what happens? 25 into 20, which is equal to 500 rupees. That means the maximum value of these 25 notes is itself 500. So total is 1750. Is it possible? No. Why? The total sum is 1840. So first statement is wrong. You got the logic? Similar way we can do the second statement also. Second statement, 35 notes of 20 rupees. See, 20 rupees means this is 700 rupees. Remaining 15 notes are there. 50 notes either 50 rupees notes or 10 rupees notes. Once again, I will choose the, if I assume all are 50 rupees notes, which is equal to 750. That means the maximum possibility is itself put in 50. But I have to get 1840. So that's also not possible. So second statement also wrong. What about third? 20 notes of 10. See, this is 200 rupees. And remaining notes 30. And that might be 50 rupees notes and 10 rupees notes. Okay. 30 into 15, which is equal to 1500. That means maximum possibility itself 1700 means at any cost I am not able to make it 1840. So this is also not possible. That means statement 1, statement 2, statement 3 all are incorrect. Your question is about which are incorrect. Are incorrect. Question number 9. Once again, number system. It is related to indices and the comparison. Which is smallest? 2 power of 40, 3 power of 21, 4 power of 18, 8 power of 12, which is the smallest. Very tricky question. I'll show you how to do. 2 power of 40, 3 power of 21, 4 power of 18, and 8 power of 12. First, let me write down this as 4. You can write as 2 power of 2. So 2 power of 2 whole power of 18, which can be written as 2 power of 36. This can be written as 2 power of 3 whole power of 3. That is 2 power of 36. And this let me write down as this. This is 240. 2 power 40. Here the tricky part is we need to find out the smallest one. Can I eliminate 2 power 40? Why? Already 2 power 36 is there. Obviously 2 power 36 is smaller than the 2 power 40. So 2 power 40 is eliminated. Now I left with 3 power of 20, 3 power of 21 and 2 power of 36, 2 power of 36. Can you guess what is the answer? Answer is 3 power 21. Even I don't know which is smaller, which is bigger between these two. You know why? How could be two numbers are answer? See the options. Actually, giving two equal numbers itself a mistake. Whether they are given intentionally or not, I don't know. But if it is given in the since it's the previous question, so obviously with the logic itself, we can say 3 power of 21 is the answer. The comparison is there. That also I'll do. Okay, here I'll try to avoid the unnecessary calculation. We'll discuss these parts in separately in the separate topic video. Okay, but here I want to show you the logic. So 3 power 21 is the answer. So why do we waste the time in exam, not in the practice? Question number 10. The digits 1 to 9 are arranged in 3 rows in such a way that each row contains 3 digits and the number formed in the second row is twice the number formed in the first row, and the number formed in the third row is thrice the number formed in the first row. Repetition of digits is not allowed if only 3 of the 4 digits, which are 2, 3, 7, 9, are allowed to use in the first row. How many such combinations are possible to be arranged in the 3 rows? It is about possibility. Careful, whenever the question is about possibility means you have to check different conditions. Okay, based on the given clue. We'll try to understand the question meaning. Okay. 3 digits, 3 rows and 3 columns. And one clue, whatever the number, if you write here 1, 2, 3, whatever, means based on the condition, if you write this number into 2 is the second row. And this number, whatever you get it, into 3 and the third number. That is a given condition. Okay. That is the one condition. One more condition also given. The condition is given in the first row. It must be 2, 3, 7, 9 only. The digits should be used 2, 3, 7, 9. With that clue, I am very sure that this first digit must be 2 or 3 only. Can you guess why? This first digit cannot be 7, cannot be 9. Can you guess why? If it is 7, that means 700 something. I don't know what is the remaining digits, but must be it is a 700 plus something. If it is 700 plus something multiplied by 2, definitely it is 1400 plus something. That means 4 digit number. But here the condition is 3 digit number. That means this digit, the first digit, 7 is not possible, 9 is not possible. That means for me now I am sure first digit of the first row either 2 or 3. That is sure. Okay. Now I'll check the possibilities. Okay, let me check the possibilities. So already we know that 2 or 3 is possible. So let me do, if it is 2, what happens? This may be 3, 7. See, we have to do fast. Since it is a small, multiplication of 2, multiplication of 3 into 2. Repetition should be, repetition is not allowed. If repetition is there, that means that condition is unsatisfied. Okay, let us see. 2 7 are 14, 2 3 are 6 and 7. That means 7 is repeated. So I'll eliminate this possibility. 3 7 is not possible. So let me do 3 9. 2 9s are 18, 2 3s are 7, 6, 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 1 7, 2 2s are 4. Okay, no replacing. 3 9s are 27. So 7 is repeated. So 3 9 also not possible. So this box, this place, not 3 and 7. I'm trying with 7. 7 3, 2 3 is 6, 2 7 is 14, 2 2 is 4, 5, 3 3 is 9, 3 7 is 21, 3 2 is 6 plus 2 8. Yes, no digit is repeated. That means 273 is one possibility. 273 is one possibility. Remember this. Okay, 273 is one possibility. So let me do with 273 I check it. 279 I'll try. 279. 2 9 ja 18, 2 7 ja 14, 15, 2 2s are 4, no repetition. 3 9s are 27, enough. So 279 possibility is not there. Okay. So until now I got only 273 possibility. Then if it is 9, 293, I eliminate immediately. Why? Here 9 will come. So eliminated. Now I understood the pattern, right? If it is 7, if it is 7, 2 7s are 14, 2 9s are 18, 18 plus 1, 19. Not possible. Repetition. No repetition is allowed. Okay. So here 9 is not possible. Over. That means with 2, I got 273, one possibility. 273. Already you understood. Then I'll check with 3. This box is 3. This first digit is 3. Okay, let me see. 3 to 7. Now let me do fast. 2 7 are 14. I want only the unit digits, right? 2 7 are 14. Okay. 2 2 are 4. 4 plus 1, 5. 2 3 are 6. No repetition. 3 7 are 21. 3 2 are 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 3 3 are 9. No repetition. Yes, this is a possibility. Okay. 3 to 7 is possible. Very good. Two possibilities. Now let me check with the other. 3 to 9. 3 to 9. 2 9s are 18. 2 9s are 18. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 1, 5. 2 3s are 6. No repetition. 3 9s are 27. 3 2s are 6. 6 plus 2, 8. Repetition. So 3 to 9 is not possible. Not possible. Then 3 7 2. 2 2s are 4. 2 7s are 14. No repetition. Not possible. So 9. Okay, let us do fast. 2 9s are 18, 2 7s are 14, 15, 2 3s are 6, no repetition. 3 9s are 27. Yes, repetition, that means not possible. 3 7 9 also not possible. Okay, until now I got only two possibilities. 3 7 9. Now 9. 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are 18, 2 3s are 6 plus 1, 7, 3 2s are 6, 3 9s are 27. Over. Repetition. No. That means 2 is not possible. Let me check with 2 is over 7. 2 7s are 14, 2 9s are 18, 18 plus 1, 19. Oh, so all together I got only two possibilities. Two possibilities. Got it? Okay. Na? So how many possibilities? Two possibilities the answer. Good. Now we do the next question, which is passage. Okay. Read the passage, pause the video, read the passage and try to find out the main idea. Write down your answer in the comments. Okay. In simple matters like shoemaking, we think only a specially trained person will serve our purpose. But in politics, we presume that everyone who knows how to get votes knows how to administer a state. When we are ill, is a guarantee of specific preparation and technical competence. We do not ask for the handsomest physician or the most eloquent one. Well then, when the whole state is ill, should we not look for the service and guidance of the wisest and the best? What's the main idea of the passage? She is comparing with if you need a shoe repairing, you search for the expert in that area. Similarly, if you are ill, you search for the best physician and you search for the guaranteed based on their profile, based on their qualification. Then, if it is state itself ill, so why do you assume that whoever wins with majority? Means in the sense, getting votes, they can win. But before means while you are electing, are you checking whether that person is capable of administer the state or not? That should be the criteria as per the passage. Okay, that means whole idea of the passage is simply getting the votes. Winning the election is nothing but getting the majority votes. So that is not enough to administer the state. So that candidate should be capable of administer the state. So we have to make sure that we have to elect the capable leaders. That's the whole idea of the passage. Okay, let us see the question. Which one of the following statements best reflect the message of the author of the passage? We assume that in a democracy, any politician is qualified to administer a state. Actually, is criticizing this point. So, A is not the correct one. Politicians should be selected from those trained in administration. It is very tricky. I'll come back later. This option. It is tricky. It is more convincing, but not the correct one. We need to devise a method of borrowing incompetence from the public office. This is the correct one. Okay, let me see the D option. As voters select their administrators, the eligibility of politicians to administer a state cannot be questioned. No, he himself is questioning. So that is not correct. Between these two, okay, the answer is C. I know already, but most of the time, C is when you sit in the examination hall. That is the way you have to means how we have to eliminate the option. That's the way you have to learn the things. Okay, since I know the key itself, so cannot say I can't say simply this is the answer you have to take it. How do I get into that particular option as the answer? That logic I want to discuss. See, politicians should be selected from those trained in administration. Actually, the question is not about whether they are trained or not. It's about their competency. Are you getting the difference between these two points? Okay, so this is the way they mislead with options. Okay, the question is as per the passage, the main idea is not about whether they're trained or not, whether they are required to be trained or not. Question is about whether they are capable or not. Okay, their capability maybe comes from what is that inherently, maybe without training itself. So I'm not worried about whether trained or not. I'm worried about whether they are competent or not. Got the difference? So that's the reason B is eliminated. Okay. Once again, passage. Read the passage. When I see this passage, since I completed 2023 and 24, similar concept, similar idea actually. I don't know why they give the very similar passages also. Very similar idea is given in the 2024 question paper. Once you go through the 2024 paper, you'll get to know this point. That's the reason. What is it? Going through these previous question papers is very, very key for your success. Okay, I suggest at least means you are preparing for 2025 CSAT. Okay, for 2025, at least you complete each question to question. So that's the reason I'm doing this video very elaborately. Okay, even though it is 3 hours, 4 hours of video, but I want to make sure that all the questions are in one place. Okay, who are very serious aspirant, they will spend time 3 to 4 hours at a time, and please complete all the questions, many questions directly, word to word. But in the sense, the model, even in logical reasoning, even basic numeracy and general mental ability, many questions are repeated with the models. Okay, maybe the numbers, definitely numbers are different, but the concept is same. In the very trickiest part, the passages are also same. The concept of passage, I don't know why they give passages, the main idea. Okay, the passages also are very, what is that? Very similar to each other. Means if you understand the previous year's trends, really it is easy to qualify in CSAT. Trust me, do focus, and I'll upload all these videos. Already 2024 is over, 2023 is over. Now I'm doing the 2022 and I will complete the 2021 and 2020. Okay, I'll try to complete 5 question papers. If I time permit before this CSAT 2025, which is in on the May 5th, I'll try to complete even 19 or 18 also. Depends on the demand. If you are interested, please comment to upload those videos also. I'll ready to upload. But my suggestion, please go through all these previous question papers. You, as an aspirant, you have to complete at any cost. You have to complete 2019 and 18 also. Okay, please do that. Okay, let us do this question. The poverty line is quite unsatisfactory when it comes to grasping the extent of poverty in India. It is not only because of its extremely narrow definition of who is poor and the debatable methodology used to count the poor, but also because of a more fundamental assumption underlying it. It exclusively relies on the notion of poverty as insufficient income or insufficient purchasing power. One can better categorize it by calling it income poverty. If poverty is ultimately about deprivation affecting human well being, then income poverty is only one aspect of it. Poverty of a life, in our view, lies not merely in the impoverished state in which the person actually lives, but also in the lack of real opportunity given by the social constraints as well as personal circumstances to choose other types of living. Even the relevance of low incomes, meager positions, and other aspects of what are standardly seen as economic poverty relate ultimately to their role in curtailing capabilities. That is, their role in severely restricting the choices people have to lead variable and valued lives. So actually, it is criticizing the poverty line concept. Not only, no, it's not criticizing simply poverty line concept. It is criticizing the notion that poverty line is based on income. Okay, it is not just only about the income. There are various factors, there are various dimensions to be included to define poverty line. That's the main idea of the passage. Okay, so income poverty is one among them in many. Okay, let's do the question. Why is the methodology adopted in India to count the poor debatable? Okay, why it is debatable? There is some confusion regarding what should constitute the poverty line. Wait a moment. There are wide diversities in the condition of the rural and urban poor. Can I eliminate? First, I'll always prefer eliminating options. Later, I'll discuss the correct options. Okay. Always first you prefer which is easy to be eliminated. Later, it is very easy to choose. If we left with two, it is easy to choose one or two. C option. There is no uniform global standard of measuring income poverty. Easy to eliminate. That is not the discussion of the passage. And in fact, there is a global standard for the income poverty. Okay. It is based on the proportion of poverty as meager income or buying capacity. So I left with the two options. Be careful. Actually, the at the end, the answer two options are easy to eliminate. Only two are very close to each other. That is a challenge for you always. Okay. So in these two, I have to choose. There is some confusion regarding what should constitute the poverty line. No, there is no confusion. The passage is not talking about confusion. It is clearly there. It's criticizing the approach itself. Okay. So it is not about the confusion regarding what should constitute the poverty line. Okay. And let me see the D option. It is based on the proportion of poverty as meager income or buying capacity. I said this is the main idea of the passage. Why is criticizing that poverty line concept? Since means as per the passage is saying that poor who are poor, if you define them based on simply income, it is based on the proportion of poverty as meager income or buying capacity. That is not fair. That is the idea of the passage. So there are various factors which define the poverty. So those factors also need to be included as per the passage. So D is the very reasonable option compared to A. Okay, D is the answer. Same passage, three questions are given. One question is over, then one more question. Why is income poverty only one measure of counting the poor? Already it is mentioned. It is one measure of the poverty. Income poverty is one among the many. Why? It talks of only one kind of deprivation, ignoring all others. Yes, it is the right one. But let me see the remaining. Already, I always insist you have to go through all the options. Then only you have to decide the final answer. You have to choose the best one. Sometimes even the first option is very convincing, may be correct. But if another option is more convincing and more relevant to the passage, you have to choose that one only. So let me see the remaining options. B. Other deprivations in human life have nothing to do with lack of purchasing power. It is the extreme statement, irrelevant to our passage, eliminated easily. Income poverty is not a permanent condition. It changes from time to time, irrelevant. Okay. It is not about whether the income poverty is permanent or not our discussion here. Income poverty restricts human choices only at point of time. Logically also incorrect, and it is irrelevant to our passage. Logically also irrelevant. Why I am saying income poverty restricts human choices only at a point of time. No, it affects all the time if income poverty is there. Okay, so option A is the right option. Same passage. One more question. What does the author mean by poverty of life? So I hope now you understand the main idea of the passage. He is talking about poverty of a life, not in one dimension. One dimension is income poverty, but he wanted to include all other dimensions. Okay, so all deprivations in a human life which stem not only from lack of income but lack of real opportunities. It is clearly mentioned. See here, I'll underline the relevant statement. But also in the lack of real opportunity given by social constraints as well as personal circumstances that also need to be included. So this is a very what is that convincing relevant option. But let me see the remaining options. Empowered state of poor people in rural urban areas. Passage is not talking about the differentiation between rural and urban. Okay, so irrelevant. Missed opportunities in diverse personal circumstances. It is not talking about diverse personal circumstances. Okay, means it is not only confined to the personal circumstances. It's talking about even social constraints also. Material as well as non-material deprivation. Nothing talking about material and non-material. Simply you can eliminate the option. Option A is the correct one. Question number 15. Races question. X and Y run a 3 kilometer race along a circular course of length 300 meters. Circular race. Their speeds are given in the ratio 3 to 2. If they start together in the same direction, how many times would the first one pass the other? The start off is not counted as passing. Okay. Then how many times? We'll discuss elaborately this concept in time and distance. I'll discuss separate model questions related to race based on the race, circular race or linear race. But here, let me confine to this particular question. It is a circular race, and the entire race is about 3 kilometers, that is 3000 meters. And the circular path is about 300 meters. That means he has to complete 10 rounds. That's the meaning, right? 10 rounds. Okay. Their speed ratio is given 3 to 2. Means the one person's speed is 3 times. No, it's not 3 times. 3 parts and 2 parts. Okay. Means the ratio is given 3 to 2 simply. Okay. So obviously the one whose speed is high, definitely what's that? He overtakes the other person. Then only he can complete the race fast, right? So how many times he can overtake him? Okay, that is our question. For that, first of all, two things I want to understand. First thing, to complete this entire 3000, so here 3 is to 2 is given. You can choose 3 kmph, 2 kmph since it's the ratio. And the question is not about the exact time. So you can use 3 and 2, 3, multiple of 3, multiple of 2. You can choose anything. Let me choose 3 and 2. 3 and 2. 3 kmph, 3 meter per second, 2 meter per second. Let me use in meter per second. 3 meter per second, 2 meter per second. So speed, the one who wins is 3 meter per second. The one who loses 2 meter per second. So my question to you, to complete this entire 3000 meters, he has to complete 10 rounds. Okay. How much time for the winner? How much time he has to spend? That is 3000 meters by 3, distance by speed, equal to time. So 1000 seconds. Okay, 1000 seconds to complete the entire race. That's the one point. Second point, how much time it takes to overcome, means overtake the other one. That is based on the relative speed. Relative speed here, one is 3, one is 2. The relative speed is 1. That means 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second is the relative speed. Okay. So how much time it takes to overtake the other person? Means in 300 meters, okay, for every completion of every circle, 300 meters is the circular path. So 300 meter divided by 1 meter per second, that is the relative speed. That means 300 seconds. That means every 300 seconds he overtakes. Total to complete is what's that race? He has to complete 1000 seconds. So in 1000 seconds, how many 300s are there? That is your answer. How many 300s? 3 times. So that means answer is 3 times. He can overtake the loser 3 times in the entire race. Question number 16. If the order of the letters in the English alphabet is reversed and each letter represents the letter whose position it occupies, then which of the following represents Lakshmi? Okay, it's a coding and decoding topic. And once we discuss the topic, this is the easiest question, in my opinion. Okay, since we discussed this concept very elaborately, writing alphabets in reverse order. Okay, ABCD reverse order. That means Z, Y, X, and all. And we'll try to remember the pairs which place paired by the other. It is simply A Z B Y C X D W E V F U G T. Okay, there are certain mnemonics are there, easy to remember. For you, FU, fax, CX. Okay, MN, man, MN, LO, V, V for E, L for O. I will discuss that later, but here I want to use directly L with O, U with F, C with X, K with P, N with M, O with L. See, already L with O means O with L, W with D. That's my answer. OFX PMLD. OFX PMLD. OFX PMLD. Okay, simple, easy question this is. Question number 17. In a tournament of chess having 150 entrants, a player is eliminated whenever he loses a match. It is given that no match results in a tie or draw. There is no tie or draw. That means the person who wins, he has to win all the matches. That's the meaning. How many matches are played in the entire tournament? Okay, very tricky. Even I saw certain explanations in various repeated institutions description. But funniest thing is they discuss first match. So there are 75 matches first. Okay, two players, 75 matches. Then half of them are eliminated, the remaining. Okay, that's the way it is discussed. But here the very funny and tricky logic is you are the winner. 150 entrants are there. So you one among them. That means 149 opponents are there. If you want to get into the first position, you have to win by all. Then only you can get into the first position, right? That means you have to win 149 matches. Simple question. 149. No need to think anything. Means no need to draw any possibilities and all. Simply, if you are the winner, 149 opponents are there. You have to win all of them. 149 matches is over. So 149. Simple answer. Question number 18. How many 3-digit natural numbers permutation combination these 3 years 2024, 23, 22? Many questions in the sense 2 to 3. Okay, 2 to 3, at least 2 or 3 questions from permutation, combination, probability. So this also important area to be covered. How many three-digit natural numbers are there such that each digit is odd and the number is divisible by 5? Divisible by 5. And divisibility rule. Three-digit number. Three-digit number and divisibility. And each digit is odd digit. It's mentioned. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 only I have to choose. And it should be divisible by 5. That means this place must be 5 only, not even 0, since 0 is not the odd digit. So now I left with 2 boxes. This is one possibility. See, it is not 5. 5 is placed, not 5 times, not 5 possibilities. Okay, I hope you understand. These two places can be filled. Let us say this box can be filled with any of the 4 remaining. No repetition, 4. And this box can be filled with 3 only, since already one digit is filled here. So 4 into 3, 12 possibilities are there. Okay, simple answer is 12. Question number 19. Consider the question and 2 statements given below. Is x an integer? These kind of questions, once again, this is also most, uh, what is that, very repeated model question. Every year, means when I say every year, I'm not talking about 2013, 14, 15. Okay, my focus is always based on the last 5 years. Okay, please remember this point when I say every year. Okay, so I do more focus on the last 5 years. Every year we are getting 1 or 2 questions based on this digital logic, based on the logic related to digits, the classification of the numbers, integers, whole numbers, real numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, their properties. Okay, do focus on this area. X by 3 is not a integer. See statement 1, x by 3 is not a integer. If x by 3 is not an integer, does it confirm whether is x is integer or not? That means I will give you 2 counter examples. Okay, I'll show with an example. For example, x equal to 6. That time x by 3, 6 by 3, which is 2. That means x is integer here. Okay, if I choose x equal 5, x is integer here. Remember, x is integer. X by 3 means x by 3, which is 5 by 3. 5 by 3 is not an integer. Not an integer. 5 by 3 is not an integer. It's a fraction. Okay. So here my point is whether x by 3 is integer or not an integer. Both the cases, there is a possibility of x is integer. That means this statement alone can't determine whether x is integer or not. You're getting my point. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient to determine x is integer or not. Okay, let me see the second statement. Second statement, see this is a data sufficiency question. So you have to always try to find out the counter example where the given statement is getting false. So that's the way you have to choose the example. So here 3x is an integer. 3x is an integer. See for example, let me say x equal to. So 3 into 2 which is 6. Yes. That means 3x is an integer and x is an integer. X I took as 2. If I choose x equal to, let us say 1 by 3. What happens? 3 into 1 by 3, which is equal to 1. This is also integer. That means 3x value, whether integer or not determining x value. Not defining, sorry, not x value, x's parity, whether it is integer or not. So, statement 2 also not sufficient to determine x is integer or not. How about using both together? That also not possible. Why? Simply, if I choose the same logic here also, x equal 5. 5 by 3 is not an integer, but 3x, 3 into 5, which is 15, is integer. Okay, so with that, can I say x is always integer? Okay, let me give an example. X equal to, same thing, let me choose x equal 1 by 3, just like earlier. X equal 1 by 3, x by 3 means 1 by 3 by 3, 1 by 9, which is not an integer. But in the second case, 3x is an integer. So both conditions are satisfied, x is not integer. In the previous example, when I say x equal 5, both conditions are satisfied, x is an integer. See, I took an example where both conditions are satisfied, x is integer I am getting. And one more example, both conditions are satisfied, x is not integer. That means satisfying these two conditions are not sufficient to determine the x is integer or not. So that's the reason both statements are not sufficient to determine the x is integer or not. Got it? Very tricky. Data sufficiency itself tricky. Okay. So question number 20. The increase in the price of a certain item was 25%. The increase in the price of a certain item was 25%. Increase is 25%. Then the price was decreased by 20%. And again increased by 10%. What is the resultant increase in the price? This is based on the percentage topic. Okay, whenever this kind of questions are given, simple thing is, let us assume 100. It is increased by 25%. That means 125. It is decreased by 20%. 20% out of 125, which is equal to 20% out of 125. Okay, which is equal to 25. 20% out of 125 is 25. Minus 25, which is equal to 100. Then it is increased by 10%. That means 110. Okay. So, what is the resultant? Overall, 10% increase. 10% increase. So, option B is the answer. Are able to follow these points? Okay. If you find this discussion is helpful, obviously you need to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Okay. Let us discuss the next questions. Passage. Read the passage. In some places in the world, the productivity of staples such as rice and wheat has reached a plateau. Neither new strains nor fancy agrochemicals are raising the yields, nor is there much unfarmed land left that is suitable to be brought under the plough. If global temperatures continue to rise, some places will become unsustainable for farming. Application of technology can help overcome these problems. Agricultural technology is changing fast. Much of this change is brought about by affluent farmers in the West or Americas. Techniques developed in West are being adapted in some places to make tropical crops more productive. Technology is of little use if it is not adapted. In the developing world, that applies as much to existing farming techniques as it does to the latest advances in genetic modification. Extending to the smallholders and subsistence farmers of Africa and Asia, the best of today's agricultural practices in such simple matters as how much fertilizers to apply and when would lead a greatly increased availability of food for humanity. So things like better roads and storage facilities to allow for the carriage of surpluses to markets and reduce wastage. The passage is talking about the problem. What's the problem? The productivity of staples such as rice and wheat has reached a plateau. That means we are not able to produce more in a given land. Okay, that means productivity. Productivity is reached at a level where it is not possible to improve by new strains or fancy agrochemicals. Means applying agrochemicals, different agrochemicals, and using different strains of grains or plants. we are not able to increase the productivity of these particularly staples such as rice and wheat. So not only that, there is no land left to bring about the agriculture. That means there is no land left. Means almost we utilized entire the land which is suitable for agriculture. So there is no land left at all. So this is the condition. So what is the solution? We have to improve the agricultural technology. Okay. So agriculture technology is the solution. Means we have to adapt the agricultural technology. Already Western countries, developed countries adapted the agricultural technologies. Okay. And suggesting developing countries also need to adapt the technology. Okay. It's not only agricultural technology includes very small things also. When we have to use the fertilizers, how we have to use the fertilizers, that means improving uh, the efficiency of the usage of the fertilizers also part of the agricultural technology. Okay, as per the passage. Okay, so we need to improve the roads and the storage facilities to reduce the food wastage. Okay, this is the problem statement in the passage. Let us try to understand the question. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. What are the assumptions? Development of agricultural technology is confined to developed countries. Okay, tricky. Confined, extreme statement. Why? Of course, much of the technologies are adapted in Western or developed countries doesn't mean that there is no adaptation in developing countries. Be clear. So in the statement, it is clearly mentioned it is only confined to the developed countries. It is not like that. It's not 100%. Okay. So first is not correct. Easily eliminated. Agricultural technology is not adapted in developing countries. Once again, it is a overgeneralization or extreme statement. Agriculture technology is not adapted in developing countries. No, of course, much is adapted in developed countries doesn't mean that developing countries are not completely adapting the agricultural technologies. No, it's not given in the passage. So both are eliminated. Neither one, not. Simple question. Same passage, different question. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Poor countries need to bring about change in their existing farming techniques. Yes, this is all about the passage. Developed countries have better infrastructure and they waste less food. Irrelevant or out of the scope of our passage. So 2 is eliminated, only 1. Oh. Question number 23. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. 3 assumptions questions based on the same passage. That means the assumptions are many. Okay. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Growing enough food for future generation will be a challenge. Obviously, this is the concern of the passage. See, we are not left with any extra land to suitable for the agriculture, and no existing strains or what is that agrochemicals are improving the productivity, and there is no land left. That means there is a challenge of food security in the future generation. That's the meaning. Existing is the problem is obviously it is reflect to the future also if we are not able to address the problem. So first is convincing reasoned statement. Assumption, valid assumption. Corporate farming is a viable option for food security in poor countries. Irrelevant after the scope of our passage, only 1. Okay. Question number 24. The letters A, B, C, D, E arranged in such a way that there are exactly 2 letters between A and E. How many such arrangements are possible? Permutation and combination. A, B, C, D, 5 letters are there. Let us see. 5 letters. 5 letters. A, B, C, D, 5 letters are there, 5 places. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. But condition between A and E, there are exactly 2 letters. That means if A is here, E must be here. I'm not sure where is A, where is E. Maybe interchangeable. Means I'm not sure A is left hand side, E is right hand side. My simply point is if A is in the first position, E must be in the fourth position. Since two letters should be in between. And if A is here, E should be here, vice versa. E might be here, A might be here. But the positions, relatively the positions are like that. So this is the AE position. So AE position, how many are there? This one, and interchange. That means total 4 positions are there for A and E into remaining also we have to what is that place remaining how many letters are there? 3 letters are there, 3 places are there. That is 3 factorial into 3 factorial. 3 factorial is nothing but 6. 6 into 4, 24. Okay. 4 into 3 factorial is the answer 24. 24 possibilities are there. Question number 25. Consider the question, two statements given below. Is Z brother of X? Let me see. Blood relation. Blood relation. Is Z brother of X? X is a brother of Y. X first statement. X is a brother of Y. X is a brother of Y. And Y is a brother of Z. Y is the brother of Z. Try to understand the question meaning. Is Z brother of X means Z must be male. That's the one thing. And to confirm it, we must know the Z gender. Using the first statement, can we know the gender of Z? No. So I can't say whether Z may be sister or brother. So I can't say anything. Using the second statement alone, XYZ are siblings. XYZ are siblings. Once again, XYZ are sibling means same parents. Maybe Z male or female, which we don't know. Using both also you can't say. So using both also we can't say. That is the answer. Okay, whenever the question is based on the blood relation, most of the times the logic is based on the gender. Okay, so if gender is known, then only you are able to find the answer. Otherwise, it is not possible to get the answer. Both statements are not sufficient to answer the question. Question number 26. On one side of a 1.01 kilometer long road, 101 plants are planted at equal distance from each other. What is the total distance between 5 consecutive plants? Similar question is given very long back, 2016 or 17. I forgot the year, but very similar question. Okay, just numbers are different. But this time, since it's the 2022 question, obviously the level of difficulty increases. How they increase it? Simply they use the decimal point. Simple. Earlier it was used simply 1 kilometer. This time they use 1.01 kilometer. Okay, fine. First of all, like that equal distance. The total is 1.01. It is nothing but 1010 meters. That is only the difference. 10 meters extra is given. So here, see, just for the understanding, I'm using if it is 1000 meters. If it is 1000 meters, easy to understand. 1000 meters. 10 meters gap, 10 meters gap, 10 meters gap. How many trees? How many trees you can put? Can you guess? 101. If it is 1000 meters. Okay? Sorry. Yes. 10 meters gap. One not. What is the gap is given in the question? In this question? 101 plants. Okay. Number of plants is given. So 101 plants, 10 meters gap. In case of 1000 meters, it is easy to understand. That's the reason I choose the 1000 meters. But in the question, it is not 1000 meters. It is given 1010 meters. That means this gap should be 10.1, 10.1, 10.1. That's only the difference. Okay. So 5 consecutive trees, the gap between 5 consecutive trees means 4 gaps. 4 gaps means 4 into 10.1 meter, which is equal to 40.4 meter is the answer. 40.4 meter is the answer. Question number 26. Question number 27. A, B and C are 3 places such that there are 3 different roads from A to B, 4 different roads from B to C, 3 different roads from A to C. how many different ways can one travel from A to C using these roads? Once again, permutation and combination, but it is very simple concept. It is counting technique. A to B, B to C, A to C. Okay. A to B, how many are there? 3. B to C, there are 3 different roads from A to B. 4 B to C. 3 here, 4 here, 3 here. Our task, our question is about to reach from A to C. So here, first of all, A to B 3, B to C C. So if I want to travel from A to C by B, means in the way, if B station is there, A to B and B to C. That means 3 into 4 is just 12 ways. Okay, I'll try in different way. See, station A, station B, station C. From year to year 3, year to year 4. So from year to year, this is 3, it is 4, 3 into 4, 12. This is one condition. Other one, there is directly A to C also there. That is also possible, right? This is 3. So now total means 12 plus 3. 15 ways are there. That's the answer. Okay. Question number, answer 15, right? Question number 28. A has some coins. He gives half of the coins and 2 more to B. B gives half of the coins and 2 more to C. C gives half of the coins and 2 more to D. The number of coins D has now is the smallest 2-digit number. Smallest 2-digit number, what is that? 10. So D has 10 coins now. So this kind of questions better go through backward. Okay. Anyway, D is given. D value is given. I'll go by the same logic in reverse. Reverse approach. Okay. So if D has 10, okay, how did he get D has 10? C has given half of his plus 2. That means if I minus 2, that is 8 by 2. Okay, sorry, 8. He got this 8 when half of the coins are given by C. That means this 8 is equal to half of C. When I say that is nothing but C equal to 16, double of it. The same logic continued. 16 minus 2, 14. Double of this is B, that is 28. Minus 2, 26. Double of it, 52. This is with A. That is the answer. A has 52 coins. You can once again cross check. 52. Half of it, 26. Plus 2, 28. 28 is given to B. 28. Half of it, 14. Plus 2. 16 is given to C. Half of it, 8. Plus 2. 10 is given to D. 10 is the answer. 10. D has the 10. So you can do either way, but avoid that x and x plus 2 and all. Question number 29. Once again, similar logic, really similar logic is given in 2024 question. Very similar. Okay. So it is very, very, very important to go through each question in previous year's question paper. Okay. A, B, ABC, ABCD, ABCDE, and so on, and let's place AB, ABC, ABCD, and go on, and so on, and that place. So it is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, and all. So where I will get the 100th question? Okay, where I will get the 100th question? Okay, see, it is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus some of the what is that natural numbers. First natural numbers, n natural numbers, n into n plus 1 by 2, right? So I need 100, means nearly, not exact. Let us say 20, 20 into 21 by 2. It's a very big number. I'll take this one. Okay, it is guessing. 15. 15 into 16 by 2. Okay, 120. I need even more small. Let me do with 12. 12, 13 by 2. Okay, small. So I guess it is 14. 14, 14 into 15 by 2. Yes, 105. Means close to 100. Need not to be exact number. That means 14, this in this series A, AB, ABC, ABCD, 14. 14 means N. Okay, that means last set is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, N. This N is the 105th letter. So before it, okay, I, J, K, L, M, N. It is 105th, 104, 103, 102, 101, 100. 100 question is I. There is the answer. Okay. Question number 30. Three persons A, B, and C are standing in a queue, not necessarily in the same order. There are four persons between A and B, and seven persons between B and C. A and B 4, B and C 7. There are 11 persons ahead of C and 13 behind A. What could be the minimum number of persons in the queue? The question is about minimum number of persons. So I have to choose the possibility where persons are repeated. Okay. So here between A and B, four people are there. Four people are there. And between B and C, seven people are there. Between. And ahead of C, 11 are there. And behind of A, 13 are there. So what I do, there are many possibilities are there. What I do, let me see, the C is here. Okay. Not sure. Maybe different possibilities are there. Let me check it. Okay. I want the minimum. Okay. So behind A, 13 are there. 4, 5, 5 plus 7, 12, 13. Yes, that condition is satisfied. And ahead of C, how many are there? 11 persons are there. 7, 8, 12. No, that condition is not satisfied. That means C is not here. Okay, that means this order is not correct. It's not satisfying our condition. So what might be the other possibility? So what I do, see, it is given between, not mentioned who is above, who is below. Is it right? Okay. So what I do, I will try to write in this way. B is above, A is below, here 4. Behind him, 13 persons are there. And B and C, here C. Behind A, 13 persons are there. C. All conditions are satisfied. Between B and A, 4 are there. Between C and B, 7 persons are there. 4, 1, 2, 7. And behind A, 13 persons are there. Let me see how many persons are there. 10, 11, 13, 14, 14 plus 4, 18, 19. Is that condition satisfied? There are 4 persons between A and B, and 7 persons are between B and C. 7 persons are between B and C. Okay. See, one more condition is there. There are 11 persons ahead of C. 11 persons ahead of C. 2, 3, 7, 8. So 3 more persons should be there. So now let me count. 10, 11, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. 22 is the answer. Okay, you may think that what about other possibilities? See, in the given options, this is the least one. This is the least one. So why I have to bother about other possibilities? Okay, that's the way you have to check the options. Okay, passage. Read this passage. With this passage, three questions are there. Natural selection cannot anticipate future environments on Earth. Therefore, the set of existing organisms can never be fully prepared for environmental catastrophe that await life. An outcome of this is the extinction of those species which cannot overcome environmental adversity. Okay, that is the Darwinian theorem. This failure to survive in modern times can be attributed to the genomes which are unable to withstand geological vagaries or biological mishaps, infections, disease, and so on. In biological evolution on the Earth, extinction of species has been a major feature. Sorry, major feature. Okay, the biological evolution extinction is a major feature, of course. The Earth may presently have up to 10 million species, yet more than 90% of species that have ever lived on Earth are now extinct. So, whoever lived out of them, 90% already were extinct. Once again, the creationist doctrines fail to satisfactorily address why a divine creator will firstly bother to create millions of species and then allow them to perish. The Darwinian explanation for extinct life is once again simple, elegant, and at once convincing. Organisms go extinct as a function of environmental or biological assaults for which their inherence deems them ill equipped. Therefore, the so called Darwinian theory of evolution is not a theory at all. Evolution happens, this is a fact. The mechanism of evolution, Darwin proposed natural selection, is amply supported by scientific data. Indeed, to date, no single geological, uh, paleontological, genetic, or physical evidence has refuted either of the central two main Darwinian ideas, theory of extinction and natural selection. If religion is not taken into consideration, Darwinian laws are acceptable just like the laws proposed by Copernicus, Galileo, Newton, and Einstein, sets of natural laws that explain natural phenomena in the universe. Natural laws that explain natural phenomena in the universe. Okay. Let me ask you one simple question. Is this passage criticizing the Darwinian theorem or supporting the Darwinian theorem? Very tricky. What is that? The framing of the sentence are given very trickily. It confuses that he's criticizing the Darwinian theorem. No, he's not criticizing the Darwin theory. In fact, he's supporting the Darwinian theorem. But that statement, Darwin theorem, it is theorem. What is that? Darwin theory of evolution is not a theory at all. It looks like he's criticizing it. No, he's not criticizing. In fact, it is not simply a theory. It is a fact. It is a universal fact, and he has given a lot of examples. Okay, 90% of whoever lived the species are extincted. It's a natural selection, and the extinction is the natural process as it is mentioned in the passage. Okay, so sometimes means the tone or the different types of authors have different types of presentation. So in this is a very tricky presentation where it looks like he is criticizing it, in fact is supporting it, the Darwinian theorem, and is criticizing the creationist doctrine. Creationist doctrine means some creator is there, he is creating the entire species. How he is criticizing? If really the one who is creating, why he creates such a species which is in near future or after some time later it is going to be extincted. So why he creates a species which is going to be extincted? So is criticizing that creationist doctrine. So it is not reasonable like that he is saying. According to the passage, natural selection cannot anticipate future environments on the earth as natural selection cannot anticipate. Of course, it is mentioned and that is true also. means species cannot anticipate the future changes. So they adapt based on the existing environment. Okay, that is a natural selection. Who are not able to adapt, they will extinct. Species not fully prepared to face the environmental changes that await them will face extinction. Not fully prepared to face the environmental changes that await them will face extinction. That's the main idea of the passage. All the existing species would get extinct as their genomes will not withstand biological mishaps. All the existing species simply eliminated. Okay, so two is eliminated. This, this. See, why I have to bother about to read all the options? See, once I am very sure that 2 is eliminated, all the options are eliminated. Simply I left with C, 1, 3, 4. For your discussion, I am checking the 3 option, 3 statement. Inability of genome to withstand environmental changes would result in extinction. Of course, that's the main idea. Extinction of species is a common feature. That's also main idea. Okay. Do you observe how to choose the options? The tricky part you need to understand here. Okay. Once again, same passage, question is different. The passages suggest that Darwin theory of evolution is not a theory at all because, okay, once again, very tricky question. It looks like is criticizing, it's not criticizing. It doesn't satisfy the creationist doctrine, first of all. It is not, that is not the idea why he said uh, it is not theory at all. Okay. Extinction is a function of environment and biological assault. There are no evidence to refute it. Existence of organism is attributed to creator. D is easy to eliminate. It doesn't satisfy the creationist doctrine. That is not the idea, right? Okay. That's the reason he is saying that uh, Darwin theory of evolution is theory, not at all. Let me repeat where it is mentioned. Therefore, so-called Darwinian theory of evolution is not a theory at all. Why he said that? The Darwinian explanation for extinct life is once again simple, elegant, at once convincing organisms go extinct as a function of environmental or biological assault for which their inherent deems them ill-equipped. Means it's a very natural phenomena. Okay, that's the reason. Therefore, the Darwinian theory of evolution not a theory at all. It is not a theory at all. It doesn't mean that uh, is refusing the Darwin theory. Actually, is supporting the theory. Why it is given in the next statement? Indeed, to date, no single zoological, botanical, geological, paleontological, genetic, and physical evidence has refuted either of the central two main Darwinian ideas. Darwinian ideas means two. One is natural selection, other one is what is that? I forgot to mention that. Fit. Oh yeah, fittest survival of the fittest. Okay, so this is the main ideas of the Darwinian. So there is no refuted ideas against to this. That's the reason it is accepted. So there are no evidence to refute it. That is a very reasonable what is that point which is related to passage. It is not about, it doesn't satisfy the creationist that. Of course it looks like, of course it means, see, the tricky part is it doesn't satisfy the creationist doctrine. Very sure. Means that is a fact. The statement A is the fact. That is true. As for the Darwinian theorem, it doesn't satisfy the creationist doctrine. But that is not the reason to say Darwinian theorem is theory at all. As per the passage. I hope you got the logic. Okay. So C is the answer. One more question. With reference to passage, following assumptions. Only species that have the ability to overcome environmental catastrophes will survive and perpetuate. Yes, that's very true. More than 90% of the species on the earth are in the danger of getting extinct due to drastic changes in the environment. It is this kind of options are known as mm, partial truth, or using the words which are mentioned in the passage to mislead you. 90% extinction. No, that passage is talking about the already in the past. Whoever lived, those 90% are extincted. That doesn't mean that existing 90% will be eliminated. No. See, that's the way the tricky options are given. Second is eliminated. So second is eliminated means these two are eliminated, but 1 and 3. Okay. Anyway, 1 is correct. So I simply can choose the A option. But let me check the third option also. For your convenience, I'm checking the third option. Otherwise, I simply say A is the answer. Darwin's theory explains all the natural phenomena. See, once again, this is also tricky. Most of the students confuse with this wording. Natural laws that explain natural phenomena in the universe. Okay. It explains all the natural laws that explain natural phenomena in the universe. That doesn't mean that all the natural phenomena. Darwinian theorem explains just like how the natural laws that explain natural phenomena is comparing. That doesn't mean that Darwinian theorem explains all the natural phenomena. There are a number of natural phenomena there. It is not about only Darwinian theorem. I hope you know this simple point. So 3 is eliminated. Means I want to say how students are get confused by this option. That is entire my focus on the discussion. Okay. One more passage. With steady economic growth, higher literacy, and increasing skill levels, the number of Indian middle class families has gone up exponentially. Direct result of the affluence have been changes in dietary patterns and energy consumption levels. People have moved to a higher protein based diet like milk products, fish, and meat, all of which need significantly more water to produce than cereal based diets. Increasing use of electronic and electronic machines, gadgets, and motor vehicles needs more and more energy, and generation of energy needs water. Actually, economic growth means, as you know, for the recent years, our country experiencing steady economic growth, okay, higher literacy rate, okay, and obviously higher skills levels. All these are resulting in increasing in the middle class, okay. So when the middle class is increased, obviously many changes will happen, okay. So they will change their pattern of the consumption. Obviously, if you are come out of the poverty line, obviously your focus more on dietary, means you have to improve your dietary habits. That means more intake of the protein like food, as it is mentioned, milk products, fish, meat, and not only that, different gadgets are used, electronic equipments are used. So obviously, so all these are resulting in more consumption of energy, and that more consumption of energy is dependent on more water consumption. And that same thing, dietary also, which is protein based, and those are heavily dependent on the water consumption. Though, so central idea of this passage is nothing but these changes are reflecting in the water crisis. Okay, means water water consumption is getting increased, so we need to focus on that particular area. That's the main idea of the passage. Let me see the question. Which one of the following statements best reflects the crux of the passage? People should be persuaded to continue with the mainly Indian traditional cereal based diets. It is not about that. See, the main idea is not that. I hope you understood. It is about coming water crisis and how we are to handle that crisis based on the policy changes and all. India needs to focus on developing agriculture productivity and capacity for more energy generation in the coming years. It is not talking about agricultural productivity. Okay, it's talking about water consumption. Modern technological developments result in the change of cultural and social behavior. It is irrelevant. I can easily. Water management practices in India need to change dramatically in the coming years. I hope now you got the point. This is the main idea crux of the passage. Passage is talking about, see, he has given two examples. First of all, the main cause. for this situation is given that middle class is getting increased. The number of middle class is increased. Once the middle class increases, there are two different changes will happen automatically. What is that? One is dietary pattern, which is more focused on the protein based, high protein based, which are again dependent on the more water. That is one dimension. Then one more dimension, once they're getting into the middle class, they will use more electronic gadgets, and electronic gadgets, the manufacturing, all this production is based on the high energy consumption. And where do we get the energy consumption is based on the water consumption. So in both dimensions, water crisis is going to happen. That is the main idea of the passage. So what we need to do? We have to do water management practices in India need to change dramatically to address that problem. So D is the correct option. Question number 35. How many seconds in total are there in X weeks, X days, X hours, X minutes, X seconds? It's simply how many seconds are there in uh, 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second. Adding all of them into X. Of course, X we don't know. So anyway, options is X is there. That's the reason. So X weeks means see, week means 7 days, 24 hours, 24 hours, hour equals 60 minutes into 60. This number to be multiplied. Wait a moment. I'll tell you the logic. And X days. X days means X into. Okay, I'm writing X into day means 24 hours, 60 into 60. And X hours. That means 60 minutes into 60. Per hour. Okay. And X minutes also there are x minutes 60 seconds and x seconds. Okay, 1 into x. So these need to be added, then you will get the answer. The simple multiplication, that also you can do it, but that also I want to avoid it. See, always I suggest the students, please observe the options first. With a glance, I need to add all these numbers, right? If you add all these numbers, see, I didn't multiply it, simply my observation. What is the unit place of the answer? What's the unit place of the answer? Here unit place is 0, 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 here unit place is 1. That means 1 is my unit place. So two options are eliminated. Got it? One is given 11,000 something, another one is given 6 lakh something. Okay. See, this one multiplication itself is more than thousands, more than lakh. Not multiply, simply observe. At any cost, my answer is more than 1 lakh or something. So I can eliminate this option. Simply my answer is D. This is the way you have to choose the options. Don't do blindly. Okay. So see, aptitude itself based on the logic. Don't forget that point. Question number 36. P, Q, R, S, T and U are 6 members of a family. R is the spouse of Q. Blood relations. P, Q, R, S, T, U are 6 members of a family. P is the spouse of, sorry, R is the spouse of U, sorry, Q. U is the mother of T. U is the mother of, U is the mother of T. And S is the daughter of U. S is the daughter of U means these are siblings. S is the daughter of U. P is the daughter of T. P is the daughter of T. P is the daughter of T. And R son is P. R's son is P means these two are R's son. Oh, sorry. R's son. Sorry. Here I got confused. This is T. Up to here it's correct only. P's daughter is T, not P is the daughter of T. Okay, P's daughter is T means P is here. P's daughter is T. P's daughter is T means T is a lady. R's son is P. That means this P will come here. This P will come here. This is Q. Okay. And here T and Yes, S is a girl, T is also girl. Okay, these are the given things. So which of the following is correct? Q is the grandfather of T. Q is the See, there are two couples in the family, of course. R is the R's son is P. Means I don't know the R's gender. See, in case of blood relations, always focus on the gender. Most of the times questions are based on the gender only. So I don't know the gender of R. That is very clear. Okay, R's gender I don't know. Hmm. Q is the grandfather of T. Q is the grandfather of T. I don't know the gender of Q, so I can't say is correct or not. Q is the grandmother of T. Once again, I don't know. Since I don't know the Q's gender. R is the mother of P. No, that also we don't know. P is the granddaughter of, actually, this is a typing error. Here might be Q. P is the granddaughter of Q. Yes, it is very correct. Since I know the T's gender, T is a lady based on the given clues. So D is the right option. Whenever the question is based on the what's that blood relation, 99% the question options are eliminated based on the gender to more focus on the gender. Okay. Question number 37. Consider the question statements given below in respect of three cities P, Q, and R in a state. How far is city P from city Q? The question is about the distance between P and Q cities. City Q, here typing error. City Q is 18 kilometers from city R, and second statement, city P is 43 kilometers from city R. So based on that, I want to find out the distance between P and Q. City Q and R between it 18 kilometers, and distance is P and R distance is 43. So what is the distance between P and Q? As it looks very simple. What is there? 43 plus 18 is the answer. But how I have to say, means how do I confirm that P is below R? Between P and R, the distance is 43. Doesn't mean that P is this side only. Might be other possibilities there. R is here and P is here, where this gap is 43 and here 18. Here, what is the remaining? 25. 25 plus 18, 43. So this is also possibility. So that time P and Q distance become 25. In this case, P and Q distance become 43 plus 18. That means using two statements also I am not able to confirm or determine the distance between P and Q. Option D is the right answer. Question number 38. Syllogism. Very interesting topic. If you know the syllogism topic, you know how to draw the Venn diagrams. All pens are books. So pens inside, books outside. No chair is a pen. That means no chair is a pen. That means pen and chair, there is no intersection portion. But I am not sure about books circle. Okay. Conclusion 1. All chairs are books. All chairs are books. Maybe, may not be. See, I can draw the same like this also. See, pens here, chairs here. Possibility. So in this case, all chairs are books, correct. And no pen is chair, also correct. And this case, no book is chair. So I can't conclude. So conclusion 1 is not correct. See, when I say conclusion, remember, conclusion means 100%, not possibility. Whenever we use the word conclusion, it should be 100% correct. Then only you have to say the word conclusion. Otherwise, we have to use the word possibility. The question is about conclusion, not the possibility. So, first conclusion is not correct. Conclusion 2. Some chairs are pens. Some chairs, I'll draw once again. Pens, books, chairs. Okay. Some chairs are pens. First of all, no chair is pen is clearly mentioned. So some chairs are pens is not correct. Okay. So second also eliminate. All books are chairs. All books are chairs. Not possible at all. No chair is a book. No chair is a book. Maybe, may not be. Already, this also one possibility is there. Only the condition pen and chair should not intersect each other. So all remaining possibilities are there. The entire chair will come inside or intersection or completely no touch, means there is no intersection part between. These are all different possibilities. So none of the conclusion follows. This is the correct one. Okay. We'll discuss separate video for syllogism since here two questions are there. Same concept is same. Let me draw the Venn diagrams. Some doctors are teachers. Some doctors are teachers. Intersection. All teachers are engineers. All teachers are engineers. Statements are over. No conclusion one. Some some scientists are doctors. Sorry. Statement 3 is there. All engineers are scientists. One more statement. All engineers are scientists. Scientist. One more statement is there. Doctors, teachers, engineers, scientists. Conclusion 1. Some scientists are doctors. Some scientists are doctors. Very correct. Definitely. Okay. You got it. Some scientists are doctors. Obviously. At any cost, it happens. Why? Already this interportion is there. And all these are included in the engineers. And all these are included in scientists. So definitely there must be a intersection portion between doctors and scientists. Conclusion 1 is correct. Then let me check the second. All engineers are doctors. All engineers are doctors. May or may not be. All engineers are doctors. Only intersection part is there. But I'm not sure all engineers are doctors. So second is not correct. Enough. Only conclusion 1. Option A is the correct one. Question number 40. 8 students A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Question number 40. It is about seating arrangement. 8 persons. Let me draw 8 positions. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Facing center. Not necessarily in the same order. B and D sit neither adjacent to C nor opposite to C. Okay. I'm not sure where is C, where is B and D. If C is one person, I can fix anywhere. Okay. So B and D will not come here. B and D will not come here. Here will not come. And opposite also will not come. Okay. That's a negative statement. A sits between E and D. A sits between E and D. No place is confirmed. What I do? Let me write a possibility. See clear. It's about only possibility, not sure. If D is here. Anyway, I know that D will not come here. D anywhere other than that three places. D. So A is between E and D. Let us say A is here. Okay. Here, actually, it's typing error. F sits between B and H. B and H. Let us say B is here. H is here. So F sits between. This is one possibility. See. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is, I wrote simply one possibility, not confirmed. Okay. So which of following is definitely correct? Definitely correct is the word. Okay, definitely correct. B sits between A and G. B sits between A and G. See, first of all, the question is about definitely. In this possibility, whichever I took as a possibility, in that itself, B is not sitting between A and G. So, A is not correct. C sits opposite to G. No. Are you getting? I'm not saying my whatever I drawn here is the final answer. No, I'm not saying it is final answer. It is one possibility. In this possibility itself not correct means the question is about definitely correct. No, it's not definitely correct. I got one possibility where these are wrong. E sits opposite to F. E sits opposite to F. That's also not definitely correct. So none of the above is correct. Okay. So, see, it is without confirming the places. I don't know, means the data is not adequate enough to confirm the places, and even the question also not required to confirm the places. Why? The question is about definitely correct. Based on this simple possibility itself, I can say these are not definitely correct. I got different possibilities. So with that, I can say none of the above is correct. That is the right answer. See, I'm discussing based on the previous question paper and based on the official key. Remember, I do follow official key. Okay. Even if I am not convinced of that particular answer as per the official key, I'll admit it. I don't bother. Simply admit it. I'm getting this answer, but official key is this one. Okay. So I'm very clear about that. So no worry. Whatever I discuss here, exactly based on the official key only.